What if gratitude could actually change the way you see your life? Not your circumstances, but your perspective on them. Good day, family. This is video number 9 in our series, Gratitude. Today's lesson is titled, Gratitude Changes Perspective. As we continue in the formation section, Scripture now shows us that gratitude does more than shape what we say. It also reshapes how we see. Gratitude affects perception. It changes what we notice. It changes what we focus on and how we interpret what is happening around us. When gratitude is present, the lens of the heart is adjusted. Let's consider some biblical grounding. To do that, I want you and I to look at Colossians chapter 3 and the verses number 2. Paul says, set your minds on things that are above, not on things that are on the earth. Now that instruction is about orientation. Gratitude helps us to do just that. It lifts our focus from what is immediate to what is eternal. Consider with me Psalms 34. And David says it this way, "O taste and see that the Lord is good." Psalms 34 and verse 8. Now that language is intentional. It calls us to actively recognize what is true about God, even when life itself feels uncertain. Now, of course, this is at times hard to do, but why? I'll tell you why. Our natural perspective is shaped by pressure. We notice what is urgent, we focus on what is unresolved, and we interpret life through what feels heavy. Without gratitude, perspective narrows. Life becomes defined by what is missing rather than what is present. But gratitude widens that perspective. Listen to what Paul says in 2 Corinthians 4. Paul says it this way, because there he contrasts momentary affliction with eternal glory. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 16 through 18. Now, gratitude allows us to see beyond what is temporary. Here's a core truth for you. Gratitude changes how you see life by anchoring your perspective in God's faithfulness rather than present pressure. In other words, what you focus on shapes what you experience. I think that's fairly simple. I want us to consider gratitude and renewed thinking. Gratitude works alongside renewal of the mind. Remember Romans chapter 12 teaches us that transformation comes through renewed thinking. Romans 12 and verse 2. Gratitude trains the mind to interpret life differently instead of defaulting to scarcity. In other words, gratitude recognizes sufficiency. Instead of focusing on absence, it acknowledges presence. Over time, that shift changes how we experience everyday life. Here is an enduring truth, enduring framing that I want you to appreciate. Sustained faith requires sustained perspective. And without gratitude, a prolonged difficulty distorts vision. But gratitude stabilizes it. The psalmist modeled this by recounting God's work and allowing memory to steady the heart. Psalm 66, verses 16 through 20. Gratitude helps you see clearly even when life feels unclear. I have to give you here a word of application. By way of application, reflect on how you are interpreting your current season. What do you notice first? What is missing or what God is sustaining? Has pressure narrowed your perspective? Are you waiting for circumstances to change or allowing gratitude to change how you see? Of course, there's a difference there. Gratitude does not deny reality. It reframes it through truth. Give that some thought. In our next lesson, we'll begin the maturity section by explaining how gratitude produces contentment over time. And brothers and sisters and friends, this is what it means to be formed to fight. Thank you so much for spending time with me.